But this is the cycle we find ourselves in. First law of Trumpodynamics. Every action is met with a very not equal overreaction.
These pardons are sick. They are offensive. They are un-American.
This is one of the most egregious, despicable acts in American history.
This is textbook authoritarian takeover 101.
I knew I should have taken that class. And not majored in submissive liberal crying 101. Oh. Is it an abuse of pardon power? I don't know. But that is his constitutional power. Again, for some reason, we have given presidents the power of a king. And then we say, oh, by the way, with that power, you're not going to get all like kingly and shit on us, right?
Strap in, because today we're diving into a topic that might just make you raise an eyebrow. This isn't your typical political debate. Jon Stewart, the man known for mercilessly roasting anyone in his crosshairs, has done something completely unexpected. He's defended none other than Donald Trump. Yes, you heard that right.
The return to 1600 Trumpylvania Avenue was as disorienting and chaotic as I imagined. But then we had a weekend. Serenity now. And we can finally catch our breath, begin to move forward with intentionality. Namaste.
Friday night massacre.
Late Friday night purge. A chilling purge.
The purge.
Ah! Trump has ushered in the purge! I, for one, will take full advantage. Although, just in case I'm misinterpreting, what is this purge about exactly?
Partisan divide is practically a national sport. But Jon Stewart just threw a major curveball into the political game. He didn't just call out Trump. He also took aim at the Democrats and mainstream media for their hypocrisy and fear-mongering. Talk about a plot twist. It's like watching your favorite comedian suddenly endorse the punchline itself. You're probably thinking, wait, hold up, how does that even work? But before we dive into the thick of it, I want you to consider this. If you enjoy challenging the norm, hearing different perspectives, and digging into the deeper layers of political drama, then hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, take a second. Done. Great. Welcome aboard. Now let's get into it. Alright, let's break this down. Trump's presidency was anything but conventional. Love him or loathe him, you couldn't look away. His time in office wasn't just another run-of-the-mill administration. It was a constant cycle of headlines, controversies, and, dare I say, a level of unpredictability that kept both sides of the aisle on their toes.
Breaking news, the mass firing of government agency watchdogs. Trump fired at least 17 inspectors general.
No! He got rid of 17 inspectors general. That only leaves no one knows how many now. I have no idea. What Trump did violated the law. He can't just fire these people.
Title V, Section 403 of the U.S. Code, federal law, an inspector general may be removed by the president.
What? So what's the purge? What's the Why do I have an axe?
There is a specific law that requires notice, 30 days, and a statement of reasons, substantive and detailed rationale.
What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, apparently you can fire them, but you have to give them 30 days notice. Oh, so that's what we're upset about? No! You can do it, but not in that font!
Inspectors General are essentially the watchdogs of our government, the ones who ensure agencies follow the rules and operate by the book. So when Trump began firing them one by one, leaving key positions vacant, well, let's just say it raised some serious eyebrows. But here's the catch. Trump didn't break the law by doing this. The president is legally allowed to remove these officials. However, there's an unwritten expectation of courtesy, kind of like giving 2 weeks' notice when you quit a job. Trump, unsurprisingly, didn't follow that norm. His abrupt actions left many, especially on the left, feeling like he was playing dirty. Is this the abuse of power we've been warning about? They asked. And the Democrats ran with it, turning it into a full-blown narrative about power grabs and unchecked authority. It became a classic move in the political playbook, Crank up the outrage and watch the public react. But here's where Jon Stewart steps in and flips the script. His argument, the system, the one designed to keep the president in check, was actually working exactly as intended. Think about that for a second. Stewart was basically saying, hey, this is the system you built, so don't be surprised when it gets used this way. Ouch. That's a bold take, but it's also a direct challenge to the very political establishment critiquing Trump. And here's where things get even juicier. Because let's be real, Democrats are quick to call out Trump for expanding executive power, but haven't they done the same when it suited their interests? Look at history. Various administrations have expanded the power of the executive branch in different ways. The difference? Outrage tends to come in waves. When it's politically convenient. It's like watching a tennis match where both sides have the same playbook. They just argue about whose turn it is to serve. So while Democrats were sounding the alarm over Trump's firings, Stewart was pointing out their selective outrage. And that, folks, is as old as politics itself. Both sides manipulate the narrative to fit their agenda. It's a political game of asterisk, he said, she said. Only with way more drama. But the real issue here isn't just the political theater. It's the bigger, unanswered question at the heart of it all. How much power should a president have? Trump's firings weren't just about removing inspectors general. They reflected a larger debate about the balance of power, accountability, and transparency in our government. Is this how democracy is supposed to work? Are we supposed to accept that the system can be so easily manipulated for political advantage? Now let's zoom out and look at Trump's leadership style. You've probably noticed by now. Unpredictable, unconventional. It wasn't just about policies. It was about shaking things up in ways that made everyone ask, is this really happening? And because of that, emotions ran high. The political divide didn't just stay inside Washington. It spilled into our everyday lives. Dinner tables, workplaces, social media feeds. Everywhere. But here's the kicker. When everything is treated as a crisis, nothing feels like a crisis anymore. It becomes noise. So when Democrats threw everything they had at Trump, their own outrage lost its impact. It's like crying wolf. After a while, people stop asking asterisk, why is this a crisis? And start asking asterisk, what's the next crisis? Jon Stewart, being a master of both comedy and critique, forces us to take a hard look in the mirror. He's challenging us to see how both sides manipulate public opinion and spin narratives to suit their needs. Because this isn't just a Trump problem, it's a systemic problem. In many ways, Trump was a symptom of a deeper, long-standing flaw in our political system. Our checks and balances, the foundation of our democracy, only seem to work when it's convenient for political elites. Instead of being a shining example of accountability, the system often serves a select few, leaving the rest of us wondering, are we truly being represented? Or are we just pawns in a much bigger game? So, I'll leave you with this. How do we navigate this chaos? How do we take our polarized society and push for real accountability, no matter which side of the aisle we're on? Can we fix this system, or is it too far gone? I want to hear from you, my thoughtful and engaged viewers. What do you think? Can real reform happen, or is this just the way things are now? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's figure this out together. Because if we don't start talking about it, nothing will ever change. So, what's the next move, America?